My dear friends, today I want to take up a topic called nonviolent communication. In a short form, it is also called NVC, and it is purely coming from this book, all white, white, white. Sorry if you are not able to see properly. So, nonviolent communication from Marshall Rosenberg. So, Marshall Rosenberg, he is a wonderful author and he transformed millions of people's lives. And with this technique of nonviolent communication, he was able to stop war between countries as well. And it's a very powerful tool, my dear friends. Communication. We all communicate every day with our friends, with our family, with our kids, and with our community, with our colleagues in organizations. We communicate with everyone, right? But the thing is, in our communication, how we are communicating. There is a way of communicating which is called non-violent communication. If we are able to follow that, we are able to transform the energy in the room. We are able to uplift people, believe on each other, and we understand in a better way what is really going around. So it create better life, my dear friends. With joy and understanding, all misunderstandings will vanish. Actually, in our life, we don't have much of problems. For example, we have a problem of 5% with our communication and with our assumptions will create that 5% into 95%. So these techniques of Marshall Rosenberg will really, really help to clear this hell out of our lives, my dear friends. All he can say is very simple that everyone have the capacity or capability of being compassionate and empathetic. But for that, we need to follow few steps. By following those few steps, for example, in simple way, there are four steps for non-violent communication. The first thing is observe. Most of the times, we see things through lenses, my dear friends. We don't see things as they are. We have colorful glasses like blue glasses, red glasses, purple glasses, different kind of glasses, which is our perceptions, our opinions, our influences. We see things through those glasses so that we're not able to see what it is actually. When we are not able to see what it is actually, we are not able to communicate. We are not able to understand what happening really. So the very first thing what Marshall Rosenberg asks us is to see things what it is. I'll try to give some examples, my dear friends. For example, you're coming back to home from a long working day, and there is a lot of mess in the house. And husband is there, and kids are there, and you see a mess. And then immediately you see these people are irresponsible. They never be responsible. They never clean house. They always put everything on my head. So what a mess. Why I need to end up doing everything. So we start having all these conversations in our mind. Actually, is that what it is? What is there without any lens that they never do anything? That is my perception. They push everything on me. That is my perception. What is there really? There is a messy house. There are things to be cleaned, and no one did yet. They still have to do their chores of cleaning. That is what observation without observing without any lens, my dear friends. First, see things what it is. And yeah, for example, one more example, your husband is going out without informing you, and you want to do something, you want to tell something, or you want to ask something to do, or your wife, you want to share something, and you want her to do something, but she just disappeared without informing you, and she's escapist. She always do that whenever I'm in need. She's not at all giving her time to me, and I am now one for her, so that she didn't tell anything to me before she do. So all these things will come into our mind, not only in family, my dear friends, in communication, in our work environment, and in schools, in organizations, in meetings, and many things happen like that. We don't see what it is actually. So first thing we have to see, without adding any story to it, without adding any judgment to it, see what it is over there. Okay, house need to be clean up, and no one did anything. So she left without informing me. So see what it is without giving any judgments to it. And that will clear 50% of hell out of our mind, my dear friends. And after observing what is there really happening, then he asks us to see your feelings, how you feel about that, whatever is happening around us, how you feel about that. Most of the times, my dear friends, we don't know our own feelings. We don't know how we feel because as we grow up with lot of conditions. Conditions means girl shouldn't be angry. Hey, your boy, why are you crying like a girl? So the girl start hiding her anger, and the boy start denying his sadness. Just like that. So, hey, why are you so cranky for the small thing? From childhood, we don't accept any of our kids' emotions, and we grew up like that. Parents and society didn't accept any of our emotions as they are. Hey, you're unreasonable. Why are you angry? Why are you mad? Hey, why are you so excited about this? Calm down. So we have been told all these things millions of times, so that by listening those statements again and again and again, we grow up in a way that we deny our own feelings, and we escape from our own feelings and do something else, like watching mobile and eating something or doing something else. And instead of looking at our feelings, judging someone and putting blame on someone or creating a story around it, so that we can't feel what we are really feeling, because we have been told that you're not supposed to feel like that. So we start denying our feelings, and we grow up like that from so many years, and by this time we don't know how we are really feeling. I'll ask you, just I want to give a little task to you. Just list at least 10 emotions you gone through from last 1 week. Try, my dear friends. I will give you 2 minutes of time. Or just close your eyes and list in your mind what are the 10 feelings you gone through from last 1 week. I bet you'll stop at 3 or 4. If anyone get more than 3 or 4, please raise your hand and tell me what they are. I'm taking a little pause so that you can go ahead in your mind and just check yourself what are the feelings you've gone through from last 1 week. There are a whole bunch of feelings and emotions. We can list a big table. But when you start writing it, anger, sadness, fear, anxiety, okay. Impatience, yes. That's wonderful, my dear friends. Mhm. Ah, I can think of two emotions, yes. Yeah, happiness. So most of the time, my dear friends, we can think of two or four emotions. That's it. Four is max. Maybe some few other people maybe go to the fifth emotion. That's it. Fifth feeling. So, and not listing them from the Google or from your mind's mind list of emotions, you need to really observe what you undergone and then list them. If you want to, list from AI or Google, you can put one whole table here, but not using any technology. Just go into your memories and see what you are feeling. Then you will stop, getting till three or four emotions. Then it's done. So it is important, my dear friends. For example, when I see the house full of mess, I feel restless. I feel burdened. That is what my feeling. But I deny my feelings. And one more thing, my dear friends, we deny our own feelings and we pile up our emotions because we don't know how to be with that emotion. We are denying that feeling, we are denying that emotion, right? So every time, whenever you get anger, whenever you get stress, or whenever you get anxiety, or whenever you get something that most of the times that we not feel comfortable with, happy emotions and happy feelings are put aside because most of the times we'll be there for some time, but these negative emotions and feelings what we are undergoing, we deny them. Every time when you deny, you are leaving the you know pile up emotions in subconscious and in your layers of mental layers. You're piling them all those emotions, and when the second time, whenever you see some situation to get anger, the anger which is piled up already in your emotional body and the new thing, both will come together. And sometimes we really don't know for such a small thing why I'm so upset. For a small thing, why am I creating this much hell? It is just petty thing. And kids do that. Kids, they are small kids and kids spill things and kids do some things like that because they're still small. And why I'm reacting in this kind of wild way? We don't understand because these emotions, these feelings are not about this current situation, my dear friends, because we are denying them from very long time. So all the piled up emotions are coming together. They are finding their way to go out. So the partner or other person in front of you really didn't get you. So what I did really wrong? Why is she or why is he reacting in such a way? Is it really a big deal? So, and they start with their own stories. And together we create hell, my dear friends. So, what we have to do is first observe what is there as it is. Then, the second thing, observe your feelings. Don't create any story, don't create any judgment. He never care about me. That's why he didn't inform me. No. So, he forgot informing me. And um, I feel that I'm not important. It is not feeling. I feel I'm not important is your thought. Many times we don't know what is our thought and what is the feeling. We assume our thoughts are our feelings. But I'm feeling I'm denied. That is not feeling. So what am I really feeling? So you go deep, dig into yourself and see what you're feeling. And after looking at your feeling, don't go anywhere. and be there with your feeling. Because whatever you feel, anger or frustration or anxiety, there is a whole list of emotions we can feel. Look at those emotions, what you are really feeling. Are you feeling shy? Are you feeling, determined? Are you feeling joyful? Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling hateful? Are you feeling mad? So he didn't, inform me while he's going out. So I'm feeling mad. So what I'm feeling is I'm feeling mad. So be with your madness. Be with your anger. Be with your sadness, whatever it is, whatever emotion you're going through. Be there. Being there means observe what are the sensations coming in your body, where you're exactly feeling this sensation of feeling in your body. Is it your heart pumping? Is your head heavy? Or is your shoulders heavy? Are your spine is wiggling? Are your tummy having butterflies? What is really happening in you while you're having that feelings? When you be with that feeling, you start addressing the emotions, the feelings you are denying and piled up from many years. You may need some help in here. Start scribbling, it is overwhelming. And whatever thoughts coming out of your mind, instead of saying to any person, first be with your own emotions and start writing down all of those thoughts. How you are feeling, whatever mess, whatever things, whatever bullshit coming from your mind. Start writing all of that. Or just close your eyes and observe and address your feelings. Then these feelings are like a ocean waves. It will start here and it will rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. And you just be there and it will start falling down and down and down and down and down. Then you are done with addressing your emotion. You start feeling a kind of peace, kind of, balance in you. Then, when you find that balance in your feeling, then see what is my need. I need something here. What I really need. I need to be informed. I need help in cleaning up house. So, what I really need. We all have needs, my dear friends. So, when unmet needs drive crazy feelings, awful feelings, it create awful feelings. So when we don't know, we don't observe what it is, and we don't know how we are feeling about it, and what is that feeling, and we don't know what need I have. We end up assuming and judging and creating mess and denying our feelings and piling up emotions and creating a lot of hell. That is what we do in our communications. So we need to see what my need is. Do I need help? Do I want information that what is going and what is their plans? So accordingly, I can adjust my day so that I have my time. So I can have my own plans according to the family or according to the projects or according to the group and organization what really going. So we need to see what my need and then request. No arguing, no yelling, no demanding. My dear friends, we need to request. Can you please? These things are house is full of mess. Can you please start taking care of your things? I feel burdened. I feel angry and burdened when I see things like this. Can you please start cleaning up? So you see what it is, that is house is mess, and you start observing your feelings and address your feelings, and you know how you feel about that. So you can tell that feeling without any judgment, without any assumptions, without any add up story. I feel, see what it is. It is mess. And I feel like that when I see mess. Can you please do this? That's it. There is no, you are always irresponsible. You never listen. I told you million times, and even today you are like this only. You never did this, did that, this, that, this, that. So many, complications and, fightings and assumptions. All these things will go away, my dear friends. And also, we can apply same thing to the other people. Maybe the other person who is communicating with us, they don't know NVC, nonviolent communication. They're yelling. First, we start from our side, then we are able to see them. Okay, what is there? What is their need actually? How they feel? You don't listen to that judgments and statements they are passing. You're like this, you're like that. No, you listen what is their feeling behind those statements, behind those things they're saying. And you start looking at their feeling, and beyond that feeling, if they are feeling like this, what is their need? And then you, okay, I did this, that's why maybe you are feeling, do you need me to do this? Instead of going into arguments, we start conversation, communicating, so that the awful feelings, hurts, misunderstandings, all these things will go away from our lives, my dear friends. And this book I highly recommend everyone to read, understand, my dear friends. Nowadays, all spiritual seekers, we are getting more and more and more and more knowledge, but practicing really less. If you start with one book, be with that one book for minimum 3 months. You don't need to read 30 different books or 13 different books in 3 months. That is not how it works. Reading books and getting summaries and putting those all the concepts in our intellectual level will not help us in any way. Take one book which you can practice, which you can apply to your life, and start reading it again and again and again, understanding to the core, and start applying it, be with it, and meditate with it. Take enough time, 2 months, 3 months, if possible, 6 months with one book, and you will get transformation equal to 100 books or 50 books with one book. When you practice, dive deep into the concepts and bring them into your life and practice in real time. And reading books fatafat like that, and getting all those concepts and just going through with our normal life, with our normal behavior, and nothing changes, my dear friends. We need to really apply these things in our lives, so that the real change will come into our life. We can bring some kind of change. And this is life changing. And he'll give so many real time examples, so many, uh, scenarios of how we create, and how to address our feelings, how to let them go, and how to communicate. It is not easy, because you're practicing nonviolent communication and other person may not practice, because we are not a didn't practice till now. We are 30 years and 40 years and 20 years. And if because I am practicing now, didn't that mean everyone in my house will do the same? They are still in their own thing, and still I need to practice this in communities, in job, in organizations. Maybe other people not in my understanding, in my practice. Still, I need to do that. That is the thing. When we acknowledge our feelings, there is so many situations. What I understand, when we acknowledge our feelings, our emotions, and convey our true feelings and emotions without adding up any mess and stories to it, it will bring a kind of energy shift in that situation. The entire energy is shifting. Everyone and start looking into the situation, the current thing with a different point of view. The moment you drop your glasses, the perceptions and everything, see what it is and express what it is, and there are more chances, and that people around you attune to do the same. Maybe not immediately, but slowly, slowly they start doing it. So entire energy will shift in the room if one person shift themselves, my dear friends. Entire energy will shift in the family if one person shift their energy, because we are all connected. We are all connected, my dear friends. If one person mad, you know, entire home, even they didn't speak anything, they didn't say any word, every other person in the family can feel that madness, right, of a person. Just like that, when you achieve some bliss, some kind of clarity, that will affect, people around you. And slowly, 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 we can bring the change. So that is what shortly I want to share. And there is a lot we can talk about this book and clear scenarios. So much and so much we can talk 10 days or 11 days only on this topic, my dear friends. While listening, how to listen. There is entire thing about listening, about understanding, about observing, about seeing our own feelings, about addressing them, and about conveying back. So, about understanding other people. So, all these things are there, and it is very useful in our daily life, my dear friends. And I really appreciate Marshall Rosenberg. He's a great author and great teacher and great guru. And please read this book, Nonviolent Communication, and whatever concepts I explain you. And if you're able to understand, try to apply, practice more. Take one topic and one concept, practice, practice, practice more and more again and again, master it, then it will really help you, my dear friends.